and been able to get their tax money back. I would assume we would do something like that if it is turned down. But in that case, there is no harm done to the people. They still have the ability to get their money back if they so choose. But if we abate the tax and people vote in favor, we have done harm to the wishes of the majority of the people. So on one side, we have done harm if we abate it. On the other side, we have not done harm by leaving it in effect.
Madam Mayor, Mr. Schellenberg is so concerned about the people. Why did he not let the people vote on this a long time ago? I mean, we started out doing harm to the people, and now we're trying to have it both ways now. Let's collect the tax, let's keep on collecting the tax. Well, we'll have a vote on it. The Constitution is clear. It says that once you have a petition, you got to hold everything halted till you have a vote. And if y'all want to keep on going to court, the date's January the 14th. I mean, I'd like to see us settle this, let the people vote on it.
Madam Mayor, a special election shall be held not less than 65 days following the date that the proclamation, ordinance, resolution, order, or other authorized documents filed with the county clerk. When the special election is to be held on the date of the preferential primary or general election. If the special election is not held on the same day as the preferential primary election or general election, the special election should not be held less than 50 days following the date that the proclamation, ordinance, resolution, order, or other authorized documents filed with the county clerk.
Is there a maximum time?
Well, I'm kind of hamstrung using the tool that I have, so that's what I was able to find given this. But as far as you can't be any less than that.
In 50 days?
Right. So you're looking at a month and a half, at least.
And this time of year, it's gonna be probably hard to.
No, so it has to be held on the second, well, hang on.
Second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday of the month, so you're really looking at February. I haven't counted days, but yeah, it looks like you're looking at February. If I were to guess.
And Madam Mayor, I believe, and Mr. Gibson can correct me, if we set this for an election, even if the A&P issue passes, the money already collected has to be refunded to the people that paid it, or something has to do with those funds. You just can't keep the funds in the A&P, I don't think.
There's nothing pending regarding the disposition of those funds.
It's not illegal.
There's nothing pending in the Circuit Court of White County
Oh,
regarding the disposition of those funds.
But one time I believe that the county had a sales tax they collected, extracted illegally, and they had to give the money back.
There's nothing pending in the Circuit Court of White County regarding the disposition of those funds.
Right now.
But you're going to sue the city again, Mr. Nutter, and that's your call.
May I address the council? May I be recognized?
I'll make a motion to let Mr. Niblock speak again.
We have a motion and a second. Would you call it down, please?
No
Yes.
charge if it's in a general election, according to.
Mr. Byrd,
Yes.
Mr. Schallenberg,
In primary, I mean.
Mr. Nutter,
Yes.
Primary, then
Mrs.
you
Arnett.
Special
Yeah.
election city is.
Mr. Dixon,
No.
Mr. Sterling,
Yes.
Mr. English,
Yes.
Mr. Lyles.
Yes.
Mr. Newman?
Thank you for recognizing me, and I appreciate it. I know that y'all really don't like me at this point, but I hope that we'll get beyond that after this issue is resolved. There is an allegation in the complaint that requests the city to disgorge the funds that were illegally exacted. So-
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
Well, there's not a separate count for it, Mr. Niblock,
It's one of the paragraphs in there.
but it's not one of your prayed for relief. It's not one of your prayed for relief, Mr. Niblock.
It's in there.
Well,
No. I have the floor, I think, Mr. Gibson, and you'll be able to talk afterwards. after the
That's
mayor
why this isn't the
recognizes
proper
you.
forum for litigants
Well-
to address matters.
If the issue would be discussed in an open forum, then we would know what's going on. But at this point, I don't think The council knows what's going on. I'm not directing this at you, Mr. Gibson, because I have all the respect for you, okay? I mean, I think you're a nice guy, I like you, all right?
Appreciate that.
Okay.
I just want to say that that's not one of that's not one of the counts, it's not one of the prayed for bases for relief of the lawsuits. I don't have it in front of me.
If you hold an ordinance in abeyance, you can't collect the tax.
That's not what you requested the court to do, Mr. Mayor.
That is exactly what it says.
Well, this is why we're not, that's why we shouldn't discuss, litigants shouldn't discuss matters like this.
Well, that's what the complaint says. Excuse me, it's not a complaint, it's a petition for writ of mandamus. And a writ of mandamus is just merely a request to the court to ask the judge to make an entity do what they should do. And all the litigants are asking that this honorable council do is to abide by the Constitution, which is hold the ordinance in abeyance, recognize the petitions, hold the ordinance in abeyance, and if the ordinance is held in abeyance, it's suspended, that means you can't collect the tax. And the A&P Commission does not exist. They cannot function. And if you look at the case law, it is so clear. And I understand I'm being an advocate at this point. And also I understand that if regardless of whether the petitioners are successful, or if they are, let me back up. If an election is held and the people vote it down, according to Arkansas Code Annotated 2635-902B, if after expiration of a reasonable period of time for the filing of claims for the illegally exacted monies as ordered by the court, if residual funds exist, said funds shall be deemed abandoned and as cheat to the city, which exacted same, which means for the folks that didn't get their money back, their money goes to the city. Now that's just, in the America that I grew up in, that's not right. I've never played a game where the person who took somebody's stuff illegally or against the rules got to keep it. That's just not right. And I know that everybody here are good people. You want to do what's right for your citizenry. Well, what is right is to hold the Constitution up and comply with it. Mr. Dixon, hold the Constitution up and comply with it. Do what it says. It says hold the ordinance in abeyance. That is so simple. Is anybody aware of a situation where if you take somebody's property and you get caught, you get to keep it? I'm not. So that's why you should hold the tax in abeyance. You should hold everything that the A&P Commission is doing in abeyance. Simple request. It's what the Constitution says. Thank you. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to field them.
Just one, Mr. Midlar.
Yes, sir.
Are you a citizen of Searcy, or are you representing
I represent the, okay, and I'm glad you brought that up. No, I'm not a citizen of the city of Searcy. I live 100 yards outside of it. I have a business that has 13 employees there on Race Street. And every time I take them out to eat, I get to pay the tax. I represent 1,200 to 1,500 people that signed a petition that requested this honorable body to merely put this matter on the election.
Yes, and
I just asked a
Well-
question, is all I asked. Thank you very much.
Okay. Is there any relevance to it?
I just asked a question.
Okay. Does that mean the Constitution is any different?
No, sir.
Does that mean that state law is any different? I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. All I'm trying to do is show you that the law says here's what you ought to do and do it.
This is why.
Exactly.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to the motion that we have on the floor. The motion was to set the election for the second Tuesday of April, and the amendment was to immediately suspend the collection of the tax. Please call the roll.
Mr. Schallenberg,
Yes.
Mr. Nutter,
Set the date, I thought we was gonna change that to
The motion has been, set the date for April 2nd.
It can't be April
it
2nd.
can't be.
I mean, the second Tuesday of April, sorry.
Okay, so we're straight, second Tuesday of April.
second Tuesday of April,
not April 2nd.
the second Tuesday of April. I don't have a calendar, I'd give you the correct date. And immediately suspend the collection of the tax.
Yes.
And we're still gonna have to come back and have an ordinance on this.
Yes, but this basically directs Mr. Gibson how to draft that ordinance.
That was a yes, Mr. Knight.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Arnett.
Yes.
Mr. Dixon.
No.
Mr. Sterling.
Yes.
Mr. English.
Yes.
Mr. Miles.
Yes.
Mr. Brewer.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay.